what would your price be for silver? And what would your price be for gold? And what would your price be to have all your niceties until you grow old? What would your price be for millions? I don't mean to be rude. Your lack of a spine, it has me crying. You're living in servitude.
When in Dublin, Dora Montefiore seemed to illustrate the interconnections between the struggles of labour on the one hand and of women on the other. She spoke at a Dublin meeting of the Irish Women's Franchise League, explaining that the keynote of the struggle was equality between the sexes. The enfranchisement of women was not an isolated movement. Instead, she said, they should look upon their movement as a human movement where men and women stood together in the struggle. She said, we feel that that power and responsibility which men possess should be shared by women, and we want to use the industrial weapon for the emancipation of the workers. We know there is value in both, and until we can get hold of that political weapon, we are fighting with one arm tied behind our backs. So without the vote, they're fighting with one arm tied behind their backs, but they want to be part of the same struggle. Now, these, I think, are not the words of a Lady Bountiful charitable social worker, as she was characterised at the time and subsequently. So what was Dora Montefiore's view of the purpose of the Save the Kiddies scheme? Well, from her original appeal in the Daily Herald for practical support, Dora Montefiore's intentions were clear. They were working class solidarity. As she explained in her 1913 pamphlet, if we could give the children a holiday and fill them with a vision of what life might hold in the way of a cleaner and more hopeful environment, my colleagues and I might be the means not only of saving some of the children, who should be the hope of the race, but also of doing some constructive work for the future of organised industrialism. Her inspiration was the efforts of New York socialists to evacuate children, the so-called strike waifs, from the violent industrial dispute that had happened the year before in Lawrence, Massachusetts.